Welcome everybody, I am YouTuber here, and we're going to set to start a couple of new Dynasty modes. Let's unpack what Dynasty modes we have going. First, let's go up with this one first. We're going to work, actually I was going to work with this one first. And okay, so we got Gonzaga. Dynasty mode, I'll show you the schedule for them in a minute here. We will play Washington first. We play in-state. Gonzaga's in Washington, by the way, if you're wondering where they are. And let's see here. Schedule should be here. Schedule. So Washington, Wyoming, Washington State, Boise State, Hawaii, Ole Miss, Notre Dame, Virginia Tech, excuse me, TCU, Florida State, Connecticut is the Gonzaga schedule for this fictional one here. Then we have Charlotte, Wichita State, UCO, I think. Yeah. And so we have Gonzaga, Charlotte. Then we have Wichita State, UCO, and I think SNU. Yeah. Which is Southern Nazarene University. It's a D2 school. Yep. It's like Stanford. Alright. So what I'll go over it again for you for just now tuning in to the live stream. So Gonzaga, Coastal Carolina, Charlotte, Wichita State, SNU, UCO. All these will be a separate series. All these dynasties I have going here will be a separate series on YouTube, my YouTube channel. So, we're going to start our other one. So, it's a team builder one. We will have another video coming up, part 2, for Coastal Carolina, Liberty, Georgia Southern, Georgia State, Coastal Carolina. There's others we'll get in. In Rio Grande Valley. Sorry, forgot about them. All right, so, but we'll have to do that separate in a separate one. So, in this dynasty for FAU or not FAU, HBC for this HBCU team one, we are going to not customize the conferences. Or we might custom the conferences. but I'll do that first. So Big 12, we're gonna need to add UCF, Cincinnati, Houston, and BYU. For the Division A, it's going to be Baylor, Houston, Iowa State, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, and then BYU, Cincinnati, TCU, Texas Tech, UCF, and West Virginia on the other side of the Division B. So it's the Big 12. Then we'll go Big 10. We need to add Maryland. And Rutgers. Have the list for it. Somewhere here. Let me find it here. Alright, here you go. Bid 10. Oh, I had it there. Bid 10. Here we go. The West is going to be let me get this fixed. And then we'll East. Okay. So the West is like this. Illinois, Iowa, so we're going to swap Indiana and Iowa. Alright, so it's Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, so we're going to swap Maryland. With Minnesota. Actually, with Michigan, and then we're going to swap Michigan with Minnesota. Okay. So we got Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska. So we're gonna swap Ohio State and Nebraska. Then you have uh, Northwestern. So we're gonna swap Penn State and Northwestern. And then you have Purdue and Wisconsin. And then on the east you have Indiana, Maryland, Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, Penn State, and Rutgers. This is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap these just for a little bit here. That way, and sorry for that interruption. We are back. And let's see here. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Yes, we have Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska. So we're going to. And then, yeah. So Minnesota and Nebraska need to be flipped, but that's okay. Everything is all set there as far as Big Ten is concerned. The Conference USA, we got a lot of moving to do with them. It's going to be ruin the East and West division because there's really not as many teams there now in Conference USA. Hopefully that will change. But we got FIU, which is still in there. Then we got Jacksonville State, Liberty. We got North as we not doing them as the replacement for Idaho. And then we have Louisiana Tech, Middle Tennessee State, New Mexico State, for Sam Houston, we'll have to ignore. If we could add teams, not replace them, then we would do all these teams but in another video, but we can't. We have to replace with other teams. So, yeah, and then that's why I'm skipping over Sam Houston State, Liberty, and Jacksonville State. For the rest of them, FIU, Louisiana Tech, Middle Tennessee State, New Mexico State, UTEP, and Western Kentucky. Then we will do all that. So let's take Eastern Carolina. I think they are. I want to say Sun Belt, but I could be wrong. No, they're an American. So we're going to take them and move them to the American. Then we're going to take FAU, and I think they're Sun Belt. Or maybe they're Conference USA too, I don't know. I think FAU is Sun Belt. Yeah, FAU is, or not Sun Belt, American Athletic Conference as well. So they're the American. So I'll take them, put them in an American. Okay. Well, let's see here. Well, they have to fix them once we put our team in there. I don't know. Yeah, so we'll do that in a minute. So we're going to come back to the Conference USA. Independent, we are going to leave on. So we'll come back to Conference USA Independent MAC. Except the exception of UMass. All the rest of them, let me go back to Independence. We'll remove some teams here. All right. So Army, Navy goes to the American. New Mexico State, they go to Conference USA. Notre Dame stays there. Old Dominion, they go to Old Dominion goes, I think, to the Sun Belt. Yep. They go to the Sun Belt. So let me go back to the Independent for a little bit here. So we have Army, then the team that we're going to replace Idaho with, and then UConn. Oh, UConn. That was the team I'm missing. I was like, I'm missing somebody. I'm missing somebody. I don't know why. I didn't grab Connecticut. Alright, so we'll move them. Alright, so yeah. And now we can, and now there's 5, so you can leave 4. And that'll be the 4 that actually are there. There are 4 that actually are there, so our Army, Connecticut, Notre Dame, and UMass. Connecticut, UConn, whatever you want to tell them. Alright, so, that's Independent. I said the MAC. We got Akron, Bowling Green, Buffalo, Kent State, Miami, Ohio, and then we have Ball State, Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan, Northern Illinois, Toledo, and Western Michigan. And Mountain West, we have Air Force, Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, Hawaii, Nevada, San Diego State, New Mexico, so I said Air Force, Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, Hawaii, Nevada, New Mexico, San Diego State, San Jose State, UNLV, Utah State, and Wyoming, all of them there. So that's that. Pac-12 is Arizona State, California, Oregon, or Colorado, Oregon State, Stanford, USC, USCLA, Utah, Washington State. SEC is good for now. It'll have to change next year, but but that's okay. For now, it's good. For that, you have the East and the West, but we won't next time. Which is East, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Missouri, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Vanderbilt. Then the West is Alabama, Arkansas, Auburn, LSU, Ole Miss, LSU, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M. And then you have the Sun Belt is different. I will tell you who is in there. We're gonna have to move some teams around, but that's okay. We have in the East is still here, than say East and West. In real life, it is East and West. All right. So you have Appalachian State, Coastal Carolina, Georgia Southern, Georgia State, James Madison, Marshall, and Old Dominion. So in this one, you have the only one that we have here is Georgia State and Old Dominion. We don't have Marshall. So we're gonna have to go grab Marshall. And then Old Dominion, alright. And then we have Arkansas State, Louisiana, Lafayette, used to be known as. South Alabama, Texas State, Southern Miss, we need to go grab them. They, I think, are in Conference USA. Could be wrong. What was I saying? Oh, I was grabbing the Southern Miss. So we have in the East, if you ignore Appalachian State in the real life Sun Belt Conference, if you ignore the teams that we can't put in there, then you get Georgia State, Marshall, and Old Dominion. Then you have Arkansas State, Louisiana, or was in Lafayette, South Alabama, Southern Miss, Texas State, Troy, and Monroe. All right, so that's that. And then we'll go the ACC. Is as follows. You got Boston College, Clemson, Duke, Florida State, Georgia Tech, Louisville, so we need to add Louisville. Okay. And then Miami, Florida, NC State, North Carolina, Pitt, Syracuse, Virginia, Virginia Tech, and Wake Forest. So we got Boston College, yes. Clemson, yes. Duke, yes. Florida State, yes. Georgia Tech, yes. Louisville, yes. Miami of Florida, yes. NC State, yes. North Carolina, yes. Pitt, yes. Syracuse, yes. Virginia Tech, yes. And Wake Forest, yes. So that's that. Now, on to the American. So, in the American, we have, so in North Charlotte, we have a separate video for them. Though we do have East Carolina FAU is for Atlantic. Why we can't get them in here? We'll get Florida Atlantic in here somehow, some way, and then we have Memphis, Navy, North Texas. We need to get in here. Rice. We don't need. We need to get Rice in there. So we need to get Florida Atlantic, North Texas, Rice, Tulsa, Tulane, UAB, USF, and UTSA. So, okay, so we need to eventually get all those teams in there somehow, some way. Let's go into the Conference USA where majority of these schools are, and there's every school that we need to bring in. We're gonna bring in our we are going to leave that there for now, and we're going to import our team. It says all these schools, but that's not them because we had to go into Team Builder. I forgot, and rebuild the list for the SWAC. Alright. So now we're going to have to do this all over again. Alright, so the Big 12, let's start with the Big 12. In our we're going to have to do this all over again. But at least I have the list of the teams up here, so we're going to have to grab BYU, Cincinnati, and Houston, and UCF. So we'll go in alphabetical order. BYU. Then Cincinnati. Then Houston. Then UCF. Here's why I'm going backwards with them. So this is easier. Alright. Now the Big 12 is set. We're just going to leave it as is. Baylor, Houston, Iowa State, Kansas State, Oklahoma State in 1. And then BYU, Cincinnati, TCU, Texas Tech, UCF, and West Virginia all in another. The only other one I may move is BYU and Iowa State. There we go. That's better. So now it's on the Big 10 we go. So for the Big 10, it is Illinois, Iowa. Sorry. Yeah. Illinois, Iowa. So we're going to flop Indiana and Iowa. Illinois, Iowa, Ohio State is East. We'll put them in with flip them with Minnesota. Penn State also is East. We'll flip them with Nebraska. I'm just trying to sort the teams that so we won't have to just add the newcomers, which are Rutgers and Maryland, which are both in the East. So the West is Illinois. There's no new teams in the West. I just want to point that out. All right, there are no new teams in the West. They're all in the East. you have, well, by new, I mean new as of since this game has come out is what I'm meaning. So you have Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska, Northwestern, Purdue, and Wisconsin. Sure. So what happened was, well, we're gonna input two, one on here and then another on there. So yeah, you're gonna come across Maryland first. And then you're going to put in Rutgers. So you're going to go backwards this time. Past the U's, past the T's, past the S's, and there you go, Rutgers. Alright, so it'll be Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, Northwestern, Nebraska, Purdue, and Wisconsin. So all of them are there, and then all the ones there. So that's then Big Ten, excuse me. Now the Conference USA, this is where it gets complicated and tricky. We got to make, we got to put East Carolina, I think, is in the American. Yes, they are. Okay. Bad Conference USA. So we're going to move ECU into the American. We'll take FAU in there. I think also moved into the American. I want to say. Yep. Okay, we'll get them moved eventually. All right, so let's go with who is in here as of now. All right. So North Jackson, Phil State, and Liberty. So we have FIU, excuse me. FIU, Louisiana Tech, Middle Tennessee State, New Mexico State, and Western Kentucky. So okay, so we're gonna move FAU into the American, and then we're moving Southern Miss, I think, into the Sun Belt. Yep. And then go back to you have FAU, Louisiana Tech, Middle Tennessee State, New Mexico State, UTEP, and Western Kentucky. UTSA, UAB, Tulsa, Rice, Tulane, North Texas, and Marshall, I think, are all in the same American. So we're going to fix all those. So let's go to the list. And the first one we come to is Marshall. I think they're in the American. Nope, they're in the Sun Belt. Back to the Sun Belt here. One Sun Belt. Well, we can't move that. We'll figure it out. Let's do Tulsa into the American first. Now we move Marshall into the Sun Belt. We're gonna alternate it. Now let's move North Texas. So let me go back to the Sun Belt here. Conference USA. So we have FIU, excuse me. FIU. Then we have Louisiana Tech, Middle Tennessee State, New Mexico State, North Texas, Rice, Tulane, UAB, and UTSA are all in, I think, the American. Yeah, North Texas needs to go to the American. So does Rice. Tulane. UAB. And UTSA. Western Kentucky, however, is in Commerce USA. So, all that leaves is FIU, Louisiana Tech, Middle Tennessee State, New Mexico State, UTEP, and Western Kentucky. What's the added team that we're getting ready to add before we move on? Like I said, it's a HBCU school, and it is Florida A&M. They're right now going to replace. Right now, we're going to replace Idaho. And now, we're going to add them in. That's why. Well, Florida International's in there, so we're just like, oh, the Florida school, so might as well. Like, I wanted them in a conference. So, That's no. Let's go ahead. All right. So we have uh, Army, Notre Dame, UConn. Which actually is Connecticut. I forgot. Pass them. And then UMass. And that one is actually is under UMass. All right. So that leaves Old Dominion. Old Dominion goes to the Sun Belt. And Navy goes to the American. So the MAC is as follows: Akron, Bowling Green, Buffalo, Kent State, Miami of Ohio, then Ball State, Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan, Northern Illinois, Toledo, and Western Michigan. Then the Mountain West is as follows: Air Force, Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, Hawaii, New Mexico, Nevada, New Mexico, San Diego State, San Jose State, UNLV, Utah State, and Wyoming. Pac-12 is Arizona State, California, Colorado, Oregon State, Stanford, USC, UCLA, Utah, Washington, and Washington State. That's Pac-12. Then the SEC hasn't changed. It won't change until 24. So you got Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Missouri, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Vanderbilt. And then you have Alabama, Arkansas, Auburn, LSU, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, and A&M, Texas A&M. All right. In the Sun Belt, as follows: Arkansas State, yep, Georgia State, Marshall, Old Dominion, South Alabama, Southern Miss, Texas State, Troy, Louisiana Lafayette, or Louisiana, and Louisiana Monroe. University of Louisiana Monroe. That's that, and then at the ACC, the only one we need to add is Louisville. Because we go back up here to the ACC is Boston College, Clemson, Duke, Florida State, Georgia Tech, Louisville, Miami of Florida, NC State, UNC or North Carolina. Pitt, Syracuse, Virginia, Virginia Tech, and Wake Forest. So, that's that. The American thing is correct. Which is ECU, Florida Atlantic, Memphis, Navy, North Texas, Rice, SMU, Temple, Tulane, Tulsa, UAB, USF, UAB, USF, and UTSA. Now there's 2 Florida schools in here. One Florida school there. One Florida school in the Big 12. No Florida schools in the Big 10. 2 Florida schools in the, well, there's actually one in the Conference in real life, but ours we're having two, Florida International and Florida A&M. Okay. And those are the independents. MAC, Mountain West, Pac-12, SEC, Sun Belt, ACC. All right. So the one that we're going to do right now for this particular one is Florida A&M. Why Florida A&M? I like the logo. I like the orange and green colors. It's kind of unique. And above the HBCUs, I was like, well, that seems interesting. One just goes off the colors, how much and all that. I like all the HBCUs, so yeah. All right. So now, as far as bowl tie-ins are concerned, ACC will go. This is going to be how it was back then. So ACC went to the Orange Bowl. Big 10 went to the Rose. Big 12 Fiesta. American to the so I said ACC to the Orange, Big 10 to the Rose, Big 12 to the Fiesta, American to any, Pac-12 to the Rose, and SEC to the Sugar. So now we got some other slots. We're going to take Conference USA, and they are going to also go any unless they're in the top 2. Just in case we don't make it to the national championship and we fail our goal of mission of getting them to a natty. National championship of a natty. Which is a national championship. Then we'll see if one is opens, well, Mac will have good any. Alright. That's just that's it. So that's the conference. We're going to have the file name Florida A&M University or FAMU. Going up at the 12 minutes per quarter. Everything else is gonna stay the same. Alright, now we can begin our dynasty. Got to finish first. Pick our team, which is Florida A&M University. Comparison where that is. Where is that? That is in. Florida A&M's in Tallahassee. So. Okay, so we gotta upgrade. Ball security. We have the choice of road close. Your players get off the box quickly to stop the run. Or we go charge. Your defense causes space for the opposition with tension, pass run, and we're going to go with recharge. Oops. We are also going to go and do Locksmith, get back into lot for green battles. Well, next upgrade we will do the nothing gets to the kickers. But yeah, we have to leave it there because we've already done all the upgrades. Once we go throughout the season and we get more upgrades, we will be able to unlock more stuff. All right, now we can go with our own schedule. Now let's customize a schedule that works for us. So, probably asking, well, what? All right, so we have how many conference games? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 conference games. The rest are non-conference. So, Pearson, we play every team. Yeah, we play Middle Tennessee State, yes. We play FIU, yes. We play New Mexico State, yes. We play Louisiana Tech. We play UTEP. And we play Western Kentucky. So, let's see here. UTEP, Western Kentucky, UTEP, New Mexico State, Louisiana Tech, FIU, and Middle Tennessee State. Yeah, they're all there. This one is oh no. Gotta have at least one FCS. Okay. Where are we? Or you just have an off week. I think we're just going to go off, and then we will schedule all our conference stuff. Non-conference stuff. 1, 2, 3. See here, we have. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6. And then that means 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Then we'll have an open date here. We're just going to mark, we're not going to have it, it's just, we are going to reschedule, and we're just going to get the games placed, and then we'll place then with the team scheduled as we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops, let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Alright, so now we got everything placed, right? So we have an open date. So we have in week 1 we can play either Air Force, Akron, Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas State. Let's see if we can play Florida State, which is the only other team in Florida, but Tallahassee. So we'll play Florida. See if we can play Florida State. Go play Florida Atlantic, and can we play Florida State? Yes, we can. Finally, we gotta play Florida State. So they play all of our Florida schools. Then we have Missouri. We want to do Missouri. Where do you want to do somewhere else? Where is it? I believe it was the highest. We're going to change Florida Atlantic to. Don't want to play Alabama, and I don't want to lose. Let's play Boise State. We gotta play some. Why is that rivalry game? I have no idea. But Fresno State. I'll take Fresno State. Okay, I'll take Kansas. So we don't have anybody at the SCS, so we have FBS, which is good. We also have 1, 2, 3, 4 top 10 opponents. And the first 3 are so. The rest of it, is that going to be, well, that's in Tallahassee, so that's going to be the Florida A&M Stadium at Tallahassee, so the Florida A&M part of Tallahassee. This year, and the next year will be in Florida State's part of Tallahassee. So, person that's going to be at Florida, home against Florida State, home against Florida State, home against Louisville, they were going to play at Florida State. And at Kansas. So I think we're good. It's made on a schedule, so it's a really good strength of the schedule. So we got that strength of schedule. So I think we're gonna set the changes and move forward. Now, let's see here. All right, let's look at all prospects. We're gonna get our recruiting started. So we are going to look for. What we have as far as we're going to try and get that guy to go from he's got Florida State on this list. Let's keep him in Tallahassee, but let him go and be Florida instead of Florida State. Let's go on well as creating a quarterback. We'll target Mike Jones. And we're going to try and get Butler from UCF and USF. And then that quarterback, we'll look one more quarterback there. Go running back and go him. That's like a fullback. We're going to go with Gonzalez. Wide receiver, we're going to go ahead and go with Browning. And him. Tight end. Okay, him, and and then we'll look at center. Go these three. Defense tackle. What's that deal for her? I don't know what that is. Alright. These two down here. Free safeties down here, and then we'll go with two kickers. Go with the punter, two punters, and we'll go with one more. Okay, alright. So let's go. For Greenborn. Race count. Let's count air boost. Alright, so we scanned everybody we could. So I think we're good there. We're gonna redshirt some players. We're gonna redshirt him. And him. think we're set. 50 on it. So our next video will be the first game for Florida A&M University. FAMU. As we take on number 10, Florida. The Swamp. Bring your A game and we want to chomp up the Gators. A Snake, which is the Rattlers, taking on the Gators. So let's take a look at our roster. Our depth chart, excuse me. Our quarterbacks are as follows. We have Brian Pearson as our QB1. He is a redshirt senior. So we have another redshirt senior in Eric Kentry, and then redshirt freshman in Shane Woodward. So all of our QB, well, we got a 67-year-old quarterback. We need to get that highest overall player. Pearson is our highest quarterback overall. Okay, so we got a 69, 68, 60, and 59, with the 69 being Fred Evans, Ben Kinney, 68. The 60 is Jason Wright, and then the John Paris is the 59. The fullback, you got 56, 48, 43, 56 is Anthony Evans, and then Eddie Parks is the 48, and then Mike Givens, the 43. 68 in Matt Pope, 65 in Jonathan Heath, Mike Gross, Goss, Jonathan Taylor, Calvin Harris, and Ben Kinney. Oops, that's not it. Here is where our players, where we have some high overall players, is the kick return / cornerback / safety / halfback. So we got an 86 running back that we're excited to have. So we maybe do a lot of running. the ball. And then we have two A9 overall players, both at the corner back position. Both are kick return guys. Terrence Freeman and Matthew Hall. The next highest is Brett Church and Antonio Hills and Ben Kennedy. Your punt return, same goes for that. Terrence Freeman and Matthew Hall, Brett Church, Antonio Hills, and Brenton Kennedy. Your kickoff, your kicker, your punter is rated higher overall than the kicker. The highest overall player is not even a quarterback. The highest overall is a corner. Hold on. This one says Antonio Hills is a 69, but then when you go in here to kick returns, Antonio Hills is a 6. And this says Ben Kennedy is a 86, but then you go back to the running back. It says it's a 68. So maybe we're just a reverse. 86. $60. Yeah, so if you flip the 8 and the 6, it'll be 60. Or 86, and then if you take, yeah, so. Huh. It's weird. Maybe find the. Oh, 89 speed. So we're going to put Ben Kennedy as our main running back. He'll be our main running back, and he'll be running the ball. Because he has 60 overall speed, or overall, and then we have 89 speed. It says 58 there, but then in the agility rating, he's 85. He's 90, and then 53. So he's got some good numbers. He's also a freshman, so we're going to have him for a while, as opposed to Evans, who's a senior. We will on senior night run Evans. So the last 4 games, we will have Evans run. We might redshirt him. Let's see, can we redshirt him? see here, Fred Evans. We're gonna have two running back systems, so we're gonna run both running backs, but you know, seeing just a little bit less than freshman, just because we will have him redshirt next year, so he'll be repeat his freshman year, so he'll be a redshirt freshman instead, or a redshirt sophomore, or redshirt freshman or redshirt sophomore. So we would redshirt him now. Okay, we'll play against UCF next, so we'll see what happens here. Let me leave it there. Alright, so I'm going to leave it there for that one. And then we'll do Oklahoma State. All you gotta do is just start the. We're gonna do this one and just have for at doing team builder. So, what's that? Oh, offline, off camera. And that'll do it. Until next time, this has been the Tour signing off. Until next time, keep on YouTube, and we'll see you next time.